Never before had I heard of Dynamis or Antileches. I can only assume the Elpis flower was submitted to the Bureau before I joined. Not that I or anyone else would be able to make use of it even, if we knew. But it irks me to discover that there's an entirely different form of energy, and no one told me! That personal annoyance aside, Hermes' knowledge is undeniably impressive. Given that there are none among the 14 who specialize in the Celestial, he would be a welcome addition. You would think, okay, so, alright, you knew about the emotional energy, for lack of a better word, and, you still went after getting Zodiac? Why not tap into that boundless 68.3% of the remaining energy in the universe? Assuming you can be persuaded to join, that is, I still can't understand his hesitation. Oh, man, I want to know the answer to both of those questions. What do you specialize in? Oh, you wish to know why M itself was chosen for the convocation. I should be glad to share the tale. And it began when? Not another word. Lest you've forgotten, we're to learn about Hermes, not me. My misspent youth is not your concern. Ha! It was a punishment? Alright there, Emmett Silk. You have been found guilty of philandering and ceaseless creation magic's using. You can either be sentenced to death and go returning back to the light aether to whence you came from, or you can go to the convocation. What is your choice? Entelechy or no, we're friends in thinness. Hey. My apologies for the wait. I have inspected the Ampelos to my satisfaction. All is well with the creature, and I dare say it won't be long ere it is released unto the world. Another creation, however, reportedly isn't faring so well. The Charybdis. That is what we shall tend to next. If you would follow me, my friends, we shall return to the main aisle and head north. Head around the outside. Around the outside. On the edge of creation. We could start by chasing waterfalls. Ooh, I don't think I have one of these. I don't think so. That is a shame. I forget one. Darn. I'm gonna have to up my mount pretty soon. Why is this one blue and shiny? Ah, forgive me. I thought another member of the convocation had come. This is turning out to be an eventful day. There is a slight difference in etheric balance between these Charybdises. By this, it may be assumed that they aren't the original creations, but their offspring. A serpentine bird or a winged snake? The world may live in. I understand there's a problem with one of the cryptids. Yes, that's right. As you know, the cryptis is based on a sea creature. Owing to adjustments to enhance its affinity to wind, it's capable of flight. The specimens created from the concept could all fly without issue, but a problem arose in subsequent generations. This third-generation creature was born with an etheric balance leaning strongly towards water, its aquatic origin reasserting itself in the sea. The result being its affinity to wind is diminished, and it cannot fly. No matter what we try, we can get it to rise even the slightest bit. Seems like it's rising to me. For such change to manifest in so few generations, I fear they are... Come on. With your permission, I will revert the creatures and recommend to the Bureau that the concept be revised. With its etheric balance leaning towards water, the Cryptus would indeed struggle to manipulate wind. Yet it is too early to conclude that it cannot fly. Having failed at first, it may simply have developed a fear. I shall transform and fly with it, helping it to manipulate wind until it finds its wings. Well, you needed to go to such lengths. You don't know, but of course not. Transformation is an art in which one manipulates a vast quantity of ether to construct another body around oneself. In practice, this allows one to assume any conceivable form, and thereby transcend the limits of one's flesh. Yet, convenient though it may be, transforming in the presence of others is considered vainglorious in the extreme, as uncouth and unseemly as running about robeless, shameful. Am I to understand you make a habit of this? Nothing of the sort. It's just that when transformed, I can wield the wind and fly. It may seem excessive, but what is our shame next to the lives of these creatures? They deserve a chance, and we owe it to them to do all in our power. Be that as it may. Yes, I believe I have a solution. MSQ, may I trouble you to move that Charybdis away from its fellows, somewhere out of sight? Meanwhile, I'd like the rest of you to help me prepare here. What mischief are you scheming now? No mischief, I assure you. I would but spare you the need to report to your colleagues that Hermes committed indiscretion. So have a little faith and run along. I trust you don't mind. Aloha Mora. Such bother when we can simply begin anew, but I shall defer to the chief overseer. Deus is a man of ideas. I wonder what he has thought up this time. We must help the Charybdis to fly, or else they will all die. Yeah, right? Again. Genocide. And itself is out of sight? Good. Let's speak of the plan. It's a stroke of genius, really. We have Emmett self-train the Charybdis. Aside from being able to fly untransformed, he can readily see aether currents. And with his adept spellcraft, he can also employ suitable wind magics to guide the creature along. While he is indeed capable of all you described, it is not his duty. I am loath to trouble him with it. Don't be. As mentioned, it would be all for his own sake. With that settled, let's begin at once. Second half, I want you to go to MSQ. Tell him that you have a favor to ask. He will be disinclined to cooperate at first, but you mustn't be discouraged. With our friend, the trick is to be unflaggingly persistent. Off you go now, and good luck. It's like a zoo, but we get to decide whether or not we commit mass extinction or not. I mean, I don't know if genocide's limited to people, but I mean, it's still, species-wide cleansing. That seems to be a bit off-putting. But I guess when you're demigods and you're trying to be better demigods, this is what you do. Look at him. Well, are your preparations for the scheme that is clearly not a scheme complete? Oh, no you don't. I'm not lifting a finger. I don't know what Hythlodaeus is up to, and I will not be made to know. I refuse. If Hythlodaeus is to be believed, a relentless insistence may serve to wear down the ever-wary Emmett Selk. With the chat mode and say, use your keyboard to say, please, Emmett Selk. Please! Bah!
No, no, no. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so. And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent Emmett Selk. Please teach it to fly.
Or else Hermes will transform. Right now.
Now, there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Nothing so devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
Please, Emmett Selk. Please.
How can you deny that face? Come on. What are you, Hades? Lord of the Underworld? Come on now.
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I'd thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last.
Aw, Papa Emmett Selk. Wild. Ooh, I want it.
I will aid it once it has taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
I want that mount. I want that mount so bad.
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we?
Nice.
You were wondering why Emmett Selk joined the convocation.
Indeed.
Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was, on the strength of my ability to see ether. But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even. Quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so.
Me neither, friend. It's okay.
What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it? Emmett Selk has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree.
So he's like a super soldier.
If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of them. Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one. Far from it. Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom he had previously lent a helping hand.
Aww.
Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault.
With that attitude, though.
He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend. A singular soul who can't help but involve herself in the business of others. Where she walks, excitement is certain to follow. Her antics irritate Emmett Selk to no end. But much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern.
Oh, he's a big softy.
When our friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents. And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him. They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends. To help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world. And when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine. And together we may return to the star.
Oh, they're three best friends.
Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you.
It's because I'm apparently a shard of your friend.
I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Well done, my pet. Well done.
Look at him fly. I want to ride him. That's my new mount. So many mounts in this game.
I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on.
I want it.
Why don't you go and signal to Emmett Selk? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
This is so much more wholesome than the previous war, death, and destruction of the previous few quests that we've had to do. I want both of those mounts. If I didn't know better, I'd say Emmett Selk is enjoying himself. Not that he'd ever deign to admit it. Look, Sagenhaft, look how well the Charybdis flies. It's flying. It's really flying. As if it were born to do so. Thank goodness. Emerging from his reverie, Emmett Selk notices you and begins to descend with the Charybdis. I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, the Charybdis has learned to fly. And Sagenhaft and I could relax and have a pleasant chat. I'm sure you did. The creature needed some small assistance at first, but soon it was flying more or less on its own. I doubt you will need to repeat the lesson. That was truly impressive. I witnessed it all from afar. The Charybdis flies. Trying to euthanize an entire species. Indeed, with this, we've proven that even a creature with skewed etheric balance is capable of flight. Though we helped it achieve this, the Charybdis is a herd animal. They may well aid their struggling kin in like fashion if and when the need arises. Keeping this in mind, I bid you continue observing them. If that is what you want. But if I may say so, rather than hoping an idealistic possibility comes to pass, would it not be simpler to have the concept adjusted? That way we could guarantee that anomalies such as this specimen are never born in the first place. Jeez. These creatures are already here. We will spare no effort in giving them a chance to survive. As you wish, Chief, as you wish. Good thing that thing doesn't understand English, it would frickin' eat you. And rightfully so. Jerk. Hermes. I'm fine, don't worry. Well, that concludes all of my present tasks. Let us return to Anagnosis for now. And we're gonna lazily teleport back. And then... I think we're making good time, good progression. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, at the end most of all. All of the creations are happy. That makes me happy too. Now you've seen what I do. Was it everything you were expecting? What? Want to apologize for forcing me to help you, do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to have done with an impediment to our business. That's how he helps all the people.